before we do the weekend, we need to go like 2 weekends ago.
Yes.
Yes. First client.
Yeah.
Competed.
Yeah. So we talk so much shit and we get excited so much that we don't actually get to, we forget to review all of the clients that we have doing the things.
Amazing stuff. Yeah.
Absolutely. So yeah, it's been a big month so far. I've had 4 competitors so far do 2 different shows from 2 different federations.
Yes.
So the first one was the IFBB Vix, and I had Megan doing her first show, competing in bikini. So that was a really, really good day. It's always awesome when you have someone who... I love taking people on through that process for the first time. Like, don't get me wrong, it's great after that as well, obviously. But I just think there's something special about, having someone trust you to get them there for the first time. I think it's a big deal. Yeah. And because, I know what it's like to have a bad experience for that first time. So it's always ingrained in me, like...
It's really important.
This shouldn't be hell for somebody.
Yeah.
Well, not the first time, maybe the second. That was really good. And then I didn't actually know that Megan had already tried a couple of times to get to the stage.
Right.
And then just, like the COVID situation, like the lockdown situation. And then, just like jumped on with another coach and like it just didn't align, for whatever reasons. So I didn't actually know any of this.
Right.
So she was like, this is, a photo of when I was going to just about to prep for the show. And then, just seeing the difference, obviously time and all that, but like, it was really cool to see that transformation and obviously really awesome to, kind of get her to the finish line, which is great. And then, at the end of the day on a show, you just want them to get there and have a good time. Keep them calm, keep them composed, keep them focused. And that's exactly what happened. She went out there, she looked really good. She was very happy. She got those photos. When they send you the photos, they're like, I look sick. I'm like, that's all you want, yeah?
Yeah.
So that happened 2 weeks ago. And then I was like, it's 4 weeks till nationals. Like, we can continue to push this and look even better with this package, But that was, all she needed, all she wanted. So that was fine. Now we're in our reverse, which is cool. The reverse part's really fun too.
Yeah.
Because, the calories go up, the food goes up, so the energy goes up, but the physique stays really tight.
Yeah.
So we're just like in love and life in the gym at the moment.
Yeah.
Like banging out bodyweight pull-ups and, it's like, I've got massive delt pump today. And, because they're filling out and stuff. So it was really cool. So it was a good day. But I only had one competitor that day, which was great. Like, it was kind of like an in and out situation and, you can kind of just devote your time and your energy to that single person, which I've done a lot. So then we fast forward 2 weeks to last weekend. And I had 3 athletes, 2 in the morning and 1 in the PM show.
Yep.
So the boys are in the morning and the Gemma was in the PM show. So I think I've done that before, maybe once. But it was a good day. You just got to be on the whole time. Yeah. I was so excited to, because Friday I went and caught up with everyone for a bit of a face-to-face check-in. And then Kayla and Jackson were down, obviously, because Jackson's competing. And then Kayla was doing a photo shoot on Sunday. Yeah. And then so was Giannis. Yeah. And he was down. He was doing a photo shoot. So we were like playing around with stuff there, getting a bit of a physique check from them too. Then I was getting a physique check from the guys that were competing. I was just like, fuck, man, is this real life? Yeah. Like,
this is my job.
This is everything that I wanted to do at one point. You know, like when you were younger, you're just like, I would love to be able to do this. And then just, to be able to go into the gym and it happens, just fucking mad. Yeah. So then, fast forward to Saturday. Was it Saturday? I can't remember what day it was. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. One day of the week. Saturday. So the boys, we're sitting in the foyer. Doors haven't opened. Nothing, right? Then we get called for an athletes meeting. Basically go upstairs, like put our shit down, talk for maybe 5 minutes, and they're like, you got to be downstairs, like to compete. And I was like, awesome. Like, it would have been a bit nicer to have a bit more time. But in hindsight, could have just pumped up in the foyer and shit. So I think we might do that this time.
But then if like it's delayed an hour.
Yeah, I know. But it's just like me just taking ownership and just being like, we could have just... Yeah. But I didn't see anyone else doing it. Yeah. So I was like, oh, we don't
need to
start yet, you know. So so that was a bit of a spanner in the works, but it wasn't a big deal.
Because we were sitting there like they were moving the tape for like where to stand.
Yeah.
They were doing
the eye walk thing.
Colour test with the cameras and like still it was like they were still finishing.
Yeah, they were still setting
the
up
stage and shit.
Yeah,
so
they were still setting up. So that it was a little bit rushed, but it was okay. Like we did the best we could. We did the best we could. Yeah, the production's mad. Like there's a lot of federations you can pick to compete, and you can pick them for whatever reason you want to. I like the stage production of the NBA, and the IFBB is good too. Yeah. So you're just like, you know, whatever route you want to go with, whatever look and whatever pursuit you want. Like they would be the places that I prefer. However, anyone can compete in any federation. It's totally fine. But I just think like for you to compete for prep for 6 months, sometimes 18 months. Like Gemma's like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, she's like, I want to compete. So it's like being a process in the making. To take all that time and then go somewhere and then like the stage isn't great and the lighting's not good and it's like you worked so hard and you didn't get the shots. So I just think with the NBA stage production as well as like one like the IFBB, it just reduces the risk of not getting that shot.
Agreed.
You work so hard, you get it. Because you want it. Like that's all you want. Is those photos. So you get to look back on yourself because you can't see yourself on the day. And that's the best feeling is showing them like, hey, and they're just like the smile on their face and after the first the bodybuilding first timers I think it was, and I took a picture and I showed Jackson and he was just like the smile on his face. He's like, oh, okay, that's good. I actually look like that. I'm like, yeah, bro, you look like that. You know, like that's the most rewarding part of the day. When they actually get to see the finished product. So the boys did really well in bodybuilding. The plan was always to kind of just land the plane softly and push on for nationals and other shows. So there's obviously room for improvement, and I knew that. But I was really happy with kind of where they landed and the packages they bought. So Jackson dipped his toes into bodybuilding. It's only really just for fun and stuff. Like it wasn't. His structure and stuff is way more suited to like classic. So it was always just like get in, have some fun, and then and an hour and a half later, the big dance comes. And he obviously was really excited, so didn't have a lot of sleep that night. So like woke up a little bit soft in the midsection. So we just had to spend a bit of time backstage, just like pumping him full of salt, bit of caffeine, bit of water, getting him moving, getting his body kind of, just flowing, contracting and circulating and stuff. And it was good because, Kayla was right next to me. He was just like getting better and better and better. By the minute, it was just like bit of abs, bit of posing, have some water, have some salt, bit of abs, bit of posing, have some more water, and just did that for 45 minutes. And then even he was just like, all right, I'm good. You know? Because
even watching him on stage, it was like, because a couple of them were long because they were tired at the top. Just like from when he walked out the first time to the end of that, to the next time he walked out to the end of that, and so on and so like he was like 4 categories
he did 4,
or something. So by the end, like especially his muscular rounds, like structure-wise,
it's got a lot of
you have
potential. You just like you look at it and you're like, imagine more. Just with the structure, it's like it's exciting, man.
Just the it was like trying to explain to Amy like what classic is. Like how do you describe it has a flow?
You've got these lines to the physique. It's like narrow waist, really broad shoulders, big lats, nice arms.
But Jackson had it. That flow is just it's that. Like,
agreed. Absolutely. And that's really exciting. And he had the best time in the last category, the last class. When he went in the open. Because he was just like, this is the deep end. These boys are the biggest ones you're going to get. So he's like, I'm just going to have a fucking good time.
That bloke that just like, it was like 6'3" or whatever.
Man. It's a really good quality show, man.
The whole show was amazing.
I agree.
The first time a lineup, I was like, nah.
The standard is so good now.
Like I don't know. Since we did that like IMBA show, which was 10 years to the day, the next day. It came
really?
up in my Facebook memories, 10 years to the day. I was like, I don't know if I've ever been to a non-pro bodybuilding outside of that. Like, walked past it at, like,
whatever.
when I was bored of Pro Raw. Like, you know what I mean? But not actually gone to a show. It's been that long. And fuck, man.
Yeah.
The lineup of the beginners.
It's very impressive.
Yeah.
It's very impressive.
Like, there was a couple that, like, the intermediates come out. And I can't remember who it was, whether it was Gemma or Jackson. And I was like, maybe it was Gemma. I was like, Gemma wins this.
Yeah.
Like, the top 3 from the beginners beat the top 3
of
the intermediates.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there was a category where we didn't do open. I'm like, you smoke everyone in this as well. You're only allowed to pick so many
of course
classes.
Yeah.
So that one person doesn't
win the whole day.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was a guy in the bodybuilding that, like...
Yeah, he was a monster.
Just like there was a young kid that cleaned up, did really, really well, and then this dude walked out and stood next to him and was just like, oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Just a monster, man.
Yeah. Yeah, even from the start of the year... So I've been to the NBA shows basically like the last couple of years when they've made this turn with the whole federation, new ownership, new direction.
Yeah.
And like the bodybuilding just was never that popular. So even just preconceived idea, I'm like, even with Reese, like he was competing against 3 people at the start of the year. So I'm like, mine will have maybe 2, 3 people.
Yeah.
It's pretty big, whatever, work it out, see what happens.
Yeah.
And then get there and there's like just a row of monsters.
Yeah. Everyone's so impressive,
I was
man.
like, I didn't care. It was great. Like, you want more people makes the show better.
100%.
Doesn't matter, the more that are lined up, it's great.
More in the audience too, more engagement.
Especially when they pull like the people to the middle. I love that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, when they're just like, competitor number whatever, and can you guys swap? And they bring you to the middle, and it's like, all right, there's a fucking battle going on here, and they make them do the rounds again. I love that shit. So that was it was fun. The bodybuilding is really fun. And like, I was very happy and very impressed with Juan's package.
It looks great.
Mate, his transformation is insane.
Yeah,
I can't wait to show everyone.
Before,
so bro. It, like, I said to him, like, you look like a dude who just like was at the pub one day and just was watching the footy, and then just went, fuck it, I'm gonna get massive.
Yeah, and that's dope.
Yeah, and then he's like, it was pretty much what happened. It's incredible, bro. Yeah. It's like he's got a lot of muscle. So he was wrapped. We got some really good photos. Same thing. He was just like, I can't believe that's me. And I'm like, that's you, bro. I'm like, it's all there. Yeah. So
I'm such a big fan of him too. I caught him in the foyer afterwards. I'm like, how'd you go, man? He's like, oh, it's the best.
Yeah.
It's such a good time.
Yeah.
I'm like, Jay said he's been fucking murdering you, bro. He goes, yeah, but it's all right.
Yeah.
It's like, you're just...
Yeah, he even was just like... Because I was like, look, show night, I'm like, you guys can have a free meal. I'm like, there's eating like a dickhead and then there's eating like a normal person.
Yeah.
So I'm like, eat like a normal person, but you can have, our meal. So it's like whatever hits the table for whatever you ordered, and it's a normal person's order, which is one item, one meal.
Yeah.
That's what you get.
Eat it. Yeah.
It's not... eat one sitting and you get like 3 pizzas.
Go to Okami.
Yeah. And they were like, yeah, I get the rules.
Yeah.
And then he was like, hey, bro, like, I didn't even need that. He's like, I can just get back on my diet and we can just keep working for tomorrow because we got nationals. So I was like, I love this.
Yeah.
In my head, I'm like, I just wanted to hug him. I'm like, you fucking got it, man.
Yeah, and it's not, you can tell it's not fear.
No.
It's just
like,
a job to do.
Yeah. And it's, I guess, there's so much proof that you've stacked over the time. So it's like, well, if I know there's more work to be done. I know there's more work to be done to improve the look, and the goal is to improve the look. So I'm just going to get back to work because I know that's going to serve me.
That's dope.
So yeah. So then even like he had like a meal and he's like, oh yeah, I had this much and this. I'm like, it's all good, bro. And then like the next day he was like lighter than the day before. Yeah. So I was like, all right, time to work.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Same with Jackson. He's just like, I'm just going to have a bit of sushi and some ice cream. He's like, that's it. I was like, fair, So yeah, that was really cool. And then Jackson went out for Classic, had a great time. He was really confident and happy. The boys managed to get themselves a few placings. Like I just can't remember all the placings and stuff that they got. I think there's a few fourth places, maybe a third or something.
One was fourth.
Yeah,
for both,
which could have been. I think
it was touch and go for third, 100%.
Yeah, I touch and go for third. Absolutely, I was a bit surprised by that, but I think like natural bodybuilding, they kind of really reward conditioning over size. And I know with one, his posing needs to just change a tiny bit in the mandatories, because the mandatories are where they position the person, and then the muscularity rounds are when they go. So he kind of just lost a little bit in when he's front and back relaxed. So we're going to fix that. We already are fixing it.
I noticed that with Jackson too. It was like, you're posing his like the most muscular round. Like, obviously I'm biased and I was there to watch him for the classic. It's like, you're the guy that I'm here to see, but you know how it's just like your eyes drawn?
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to look at what's going on somewhere else, but it's like your eyes just draw.
Yeah, good posing makes a big difference. Yeah. And they, like, the message I always send to everyone if I coach them is like, we don't lack on the day when it comes to posing. Like, we want to be the best poser, because you can do all this work and then if you don't show it off, like we saw one dude, like, I was just like, he was fucking shredded. I'm like, this guy can't pose. Yeah. Like, the way it was absurd. The way he was posing.
Classic,
like,
right?
Yeah, he was like, his legs were in the wrong spot, his arms were in the wrong spot, and I was like, I really hope this kid prepped himself. Because then he's got to pass. You know, because you don't know what you don't know. Yeah. But then I was like, man, if you've got a coach, like, he fucking dropped they fucking dropped the ball for you. Yeah. You know, because that's not acceptable anymore, ever. Yeah. To be honest. Yeah. And it's like, I'm not the best posing coach, but I tell the guys, you need to get
a posing coach.
Yeah, you need to get, like, I don't know how to do the eye walk. Yeah. For the girls. Yeah. Like, and all of them are different. The way they turn and spin and flip their head. Like, imagine me trying to give, bruh.
Okay, I will imagine that, because it's funny.
It's like, you got to walk with like one leg in front of the other, and then you got to hit the hips.
Yeah. Yeah. That whole thing's so weird. I want to talk about that at some point.
It's like their routine that they get the stage time for.
Yeah, it's so weird. The boys don't have a transition walk.
No. So the boys, what I think it is because the boys do symmetry and muscularity, so they get the time. Yeah. On the stage. Yeah. They do 2 rounds.
I get the walk out.
Yeah. So they do the walk.
Yeah.
And then they just do the symmetry, and that's it.
I get that.
Yeah.
It's the in betweens. It's the competitor 46 swap with competitor 35.
Yeah.
The little dance, and then they have to do that walk. The boys just fucking walk.
They don't have to, but they get told to.
Yeah, and then could you guys just return to the line, and the boys just like lumber on back, and the girls have to like train and follow each other.
But to be fair, they only learn how to walk one way because of those heels. Yeah, so they don't know how to walk
any other.
Yeah,
just fall down.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, it's funny.
For me, it takes away from the physique element.
Yeah, I understand.
It's like, this should be about how you look.
Yeah, I understand.
From a physique standpoint.
I don't think you should get marked down if you're not graceful in a set of heels. Yeah. It's like your physique should be
just the glamour side of it. I said to Jess, man, that's
what keeps them coming back, bro.
I know.
Because the girls love it, man.
I know. I'm like, there should just be a category that's just like headband, ponytail, no makeup.
There is. It's called physique. And you wear shoes that you're fucking henched. Yeah. It's called women's physique. Yeah. And they're big. Yeah. No, but bro, I'm telling you, man, even just being backstage. So like, it's not the most comfortable.
Both of the girls that want to compete for me next year both want to do FMG. Like, I get it. Like,
but like,
glam is the draw card.
Bro, you see it. Like, they show their posing suits, and they're all just like, you know, the big smile on their face because they're all like commenting on each other's fucking suit and their hair and their makeup, and then they've got like all the accessories. Like, it's the real deal, bro.
I understand.
Yeah, and they all love it. Yeah. Which, like, I've been pretty good in the past. I don't know why, but like, I was the only guy in this room full of girls. Yeah. And it was like the first time where I was like, I hope they're cool with this. Yeah. You know, but I was fine because it's like, at the end of the day, it's fucking just a body to me. Like, it's like,
seen it before.
Whatever. But like, I was just like, for the first time, because I was the only dude backstage in the men's show in this room, I was like, I'm just going to make sure I stare down at the ground and just eat my meal.
Make everyone feel uncomfortable.
Yeah. I mean, they were cool. Like, they'll ask questions and shit and we'll just talk shit. But it was just like the first time I'm like, is everyone cool with this?
Y'all want me to leave?
And then like, this chick had her mum there. So I was like, maybe she's like, fuck is this guy doing here? Yeah. But no, it was fine. It was fine. It was all good. So then we went on to the women's show. And the women's show, I had Gemma. And Gemma was doing bikini and swimsuit. Mm-hmm. And then I had bikini on first. So, like, as always, you know, when we go to a show, the most important thing is we have fun, we represent ourselves well, and we aren't, you know, we want the day to be as positive as possible. Mm-hmm. So that was the message before I sent them all out. Mm-hmm. They said, the work's done. Today we have fun. I'm like, tomorrow we can talk about how to get better. And I want to make sure that, like we leave today just feeling very content with what's happened. So when we went into all of these events, for all of them, that was the mindset. It just happened to be that Gemma had a very, very, very good day.
Yeah.
She had a very good day. When you look at someone who competes for their first time, it's very rare for someone to walk away with basically like a first or a second in every single category that she put herself in.
Yeah.
So that was a fantastic performance.
She ended up with 4 gold, 2 silvers.
She had, so we came first in bikini first timers.
Yeah.
Then we came second in the under 25s, second in the open.
Yeah.
And then we came first in the swimsuit first timers and first in the swimsuit under 25s.
Yeah.
And we won the swimsuit overall as well. So it's like 6 categories, 6 medals. Yeah, really pushed the bikini overall, like the bikini, like obviously it was the same person, the under 25s, the open and the overall, pushed them very closely. So yeah, that's really cool as well, is to push some like an open class athlete when you first show, like shows you've got a really good package. So yeah, it was a fantastic day, man. Like, what do I say?
Seemed to be a preference thing of just like harder versus
a little bit
harder.
bigger, a little bit bigger on the upper body was what we got told. And then, like if we bring some leanness in the legs and stuff, like, comparable in terms of the package.
Yeah.
So yeah, like that's okay. It's apples and oranges. It got to apples and oranges in my opinion at that stage.
Yeah.
So they were comparing them for ages. So
yeah,
that's cool. For me, I'm like, that's enough.
Yeah.
Obviously I expected her to win, but only I expected her to win once I saw them come out. I never said to her,
of course,
Yeah, even after all the medals, like every time we come out, I'm like, go have some fun, have a good time,
Yeah.
And then, we just come out with a bag at the end and then, won the overall in the swimsuit, which was awesome. Like, I don't want to make it about myself or anything, but there's just like benchmarks you have as a coach. It's like you want to get your first win, then you want to get your first overall win, then you want to get, hopefully a pro athlete to coach. So yeah, that was awesome to tick that box off because I've been so close so many times. So it's nice to be in a position to be talking about like the win and how to bring better to, even the discussions we've been having now. It's like, we're not really just talking about showing up. We're talking about like, how do we go to New South Wales and win? Yeah. And bring the best package to win. Yeah. And how do we go to nationals to do the same thing? Yeah. And that's like, when you say that, like I know people are like, well, you don't know who's going to rock up next to you. I absolutely understand that. But it's just like a different type of conversation that can happen now. Yeah. And they have brought it up, not me. So yeah, that's fun. That's really good. I feel like I'm in a really exciting space with that. But the day was amazing. I lost for words in terms of how to describe it. You obviously want to see all your athletes do well and bring a good package and be really happy with their performance. Yeah. And I feel like that happened. And now it's like, locked in again, new plan Monday morning, and they're all back to work. Just bringing a new package that's going to be even better.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
it's a really fun day. I had a really good time.
It was a great show, man. It was like literally double the show the time before that, the year before.
Yeah,
like getting competitors. Great. Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah,
yeah.
I watched the figure, the girls figure. Obviously waiting for Gemma. Yeah, and like smaller class sizes. Oh, yeah. Audience was much smaller, and I was like, fuck. If it had been like this all day, it would have been rough.
Yeah, not as desirable anymore. And I feel like you've got to be
too long.
Figuring a female figure athlete, most of them are 35 plus. Yeah, to build the size, you're an exception, genetically to sit in that. Did you see the woman that won the wellness and the fitness? Bro,
monster.
Backstage, like her arms, like I know I always look at everyone's arms, but her delts and her arm, bro, were amazing. Yeah, like
she was tall too.
Yeah. Mate, I was just could not stop staring at him. I'm like, there's just so much muscle here.
Where did that come from?
Yeah. It was good. Backstage was good. The vibe was good too. It was good, like those shows are kind of fun. Like Showtime's always fun. You kind of like passing people. It's like ships in the night, these people in the industry. Yeah. So he's saying g'day. And I actually saw a trainer who I taught the Cert 4 with, and he was there with his coach, and he's like, oh, this is a real like, full circle moment. Like I was absolutely scattered at the time. And I was like, sorry, what do you mean? And he's like, oh, I did the course with you. And I was like, oh, dude, that's so amazing. I'm so happy, to have been here and witnessed that. Like, so that
he
was
was
fun.
coaching someone?
Yeah, he was. He's like,
mad.
he's like, you taught me how to be a PT, and now I'm here, and you're here. Like,
that's
and
mad.
I was like, yeah, that's fucking
sharing
cool.
backstage together. That's
Yeah,
mad.
so that was awesome. And then seeing a couple of people, just seeing at showtime. That's the only time you see them personally.
Yeah.
Or you see them, you talk to them on Instagram, and then you see them in person.
Yeah.
So it's just a fun day, like just rubbing shoulders with everyone in the industry. It was good. It was good, man. I'm fucking looking forward to it. Like just the fact that we get to do it again, like 3 more times. Yeah. At least.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like me going. It's good fun. It puts a smile on my face.
Yeah. That's exciting.
Yeah. Yeah.